we get underway, I call the meeting to order at 6:30 tonight. We've got a full agenda. Hey, Ryan. Ryan's, please sign in on the sign-in sheet. A couple, three items on here that may take a little bit of time, and I really am hoping for some input from the communities on this. First, I want to make the announcement that the period is open for signing up for elected offices. The list of offices that are open is on the town website. There is one addition to it that's not on that list, and that is the auditor's position. Vicki LeCain said she can no longer do it because her job is taking up more time than it had been, so she resigned from the auditor's position. So that's open as well, okay? In addition to the other ones. Let's see, there's a treasurer's position, there's a selectman's position, as you know, and just a whole smorgasbord of elected jobs. The deadline for filing is February 3rd, Friday. So
And I'll be at the office 3 to 5.
Okay. So, and 5 p.m. Friday, February 3rd is it. All right? That's the cutoff.
Not a minute after.
Okay. Okay. Have you had many people sign up already?
3, I think.
3? Okay, good. We are still looking for a supervisor of the checklist. Karen Yetman had that position before. So we would, anybody wants to volunteer and be the supervisor, that would be great. We got a nice thank you letter from the Voices Against Violence for our contribution that we made earlier this month. Voices Against Violence, they say here, now serves more than 700 individuals each year. We work to break the cycle of violence by providing comprehensive services for all victims and survivors and creating social change through education and action. It's a good organization. We've supported it for a number of years, and I'm glad that we do. And then finally, we got a letter of introduction from our new state senator, Bob Gaida. You'll remember that he came and visited us before the election. I think that was back in September. Came and talked to the residents of the select board meeting. An addendum to this, Bob's wife suffered an aneurysm just a few days after he was sworn in as senator. And she's in a coma, and it doesn't look very good. So if you want to send Bob a message or anything, Betty Trout put something on the town Facebook page about it. But it's really, he was days away from retiring as an airline pilot. He has this whole second career as a political person, and he was kind of excited about it. And as you could tell when he was here, he's a pretty gung-ho guy, so this is really a tragedy for his family. So it just, like aneurysms do, it just came completely out of the blue, and that was that. So I'm sorry to give you that news, but anyway, he says in his letter of introduction, as this legislative session begins, I wanted to introduce myself as your state senator. Please know my door is always open. I look forward to working with you as the session begins. Our state, as well as our district, faces many crucial challenges this year. I'm looking to you to provide any feedback on these issues and how the decisions made here in Concord will impact the community. Should you require assistance with a state agency, have any constituent concerns, or wish to convey your thoughts on any given issue, please do not hesitate to reach out and contact my office. I look forward to working with you. My best wishes as we all start the new year. And Maria, you've already reached out to him on the school funding issue, and you got quite a comprehensive reply back. So it was impressive. So he is respected, and that was pretty quick, wasn't it?
It was, yes, he responded very quickly.
Okay. All right, well that's, so he responds.
Yes, he does.
Okay, all right, great. We have the minutes of January 12th. I make a motion that we accept the minutes of January 12th. Is there any discussion or corrections?
Maybe you had a chance to read it.
Okay, you want to pass on them then?
Yes.
Okay, we can wait until.
Please.
next meeting. Okay. All right. I'm gonna wait on the manifest because Anna left the original copy down at the office, so she's running down there and picking it up. And we need to send the original out of copy, so. All right, so as soon as she comes in, we'll get into that. So let's move on to the highway report. Evan, what's going on with our roads?
Well,
You wanna stand up here and
yeah.
give us the whole deal?
Yeah. So the roads, frost heaves are starting to come through, as I'm sure everybody's noticed. Between the warm and it getting cold and everything, it's kind of making everything a lot rougher. So far the past 2 weeks, we've come in either early or stayed late 10 times due to the ice and rain and stuff refreezing overnight.
Yeah, I've seen you out there at 4:30 in the morning sanding the roads.
Yeah, we try to get out before most people go to work, so
Well, it's,
trying to keep everybody on the road.
I think you're doing a great job.
yeah.
Glad to hear it. We've had a couple trees down due to mostly this week, some of the wind and stuff we had. We had one down on this side of North Dorchester Road we took great care of yesterday as best as we could till springtime. Then we do
Are the chainsaws down at the highway shed good working order?
yeah,
Okay.
there's 3 of them. They all run.
Okay,
They
great.
work good. The wood chipper I haven't got into yet.
Okay.
I tried starting and the battery's dead, so that's a project to come down the road. As far as fleet maintenance, 2 weeks ago we took those broken spreader grates off of truck 4 I talked about because the sand was not going through and they were starting to cave in down into the truck. On the 13th, we put a new wind cable on truck 1 because that one was broke. I adjusted it and greased it a couple days later after we used it a little bit. The backhoe's been greased several times. We put a new starter on the loader.
Oh yeah, that's right, we were having trouble.
Yeah, it wouldn't start. The batteries ended up being dead. We got them going, and the starter ended up being bad. I went to Dave's starter over in Lebanon with the old one because they rebuilt them as well as some new ones. And after talking with them there, they thought it'd be better to buy one new.
Okay.
Because it's lighter, easier to install, it's got gear reduction in it so it spins faster, and it was only $50 more than it would have cost to rebuild the old one.
Okay.
And it comes with a new solenoid on it, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's what we opted for. That's in the loader, but once we got that in there, we tried charging the batteries and figured out the battery charger's not anymore. So,
Okay.
Sent you guys an email.
Yeah, I remember. And so, and you bought a new charger, right?
not yet. I didn't know what you guys wanted to do. They're between like 100 and 300 depending what amp you get. I would recommend something with higher amps because the equipment
Yeah,
they turn over higher.
I think so too. That's, some of that equipment's gonna need quite a charge to start.
Yeah, that loader batteries are dead.
My recommendation is for the heavier one.
Yeah, I
It'll
think,
last longer.
yeah, I think so. Why don't you go ahead and do that?
Alright. Also on the 20th, I replaced the front right backhoe tire we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
The old one wasn't leaking yet, but it had like an 8-inch cut in it. You could see the cords. So it just a matter of time before that let loose. We did keep that as a spare to get by if something happened.
Okay.
So I still have that there. And that's pretty much it for the fleet maintenance. As far as the equipment goes, both truck 1 and truck 4, their spreaders need new chains. On truck 1, the 99, I actually had one of the big cross links break out of it one night this week. So
Well, we're gonna, you
it's
have to
it's
invest.
worn out.
Yeah,
No, that's the one that brings the seal back.
Yeah.
Chain.
yeah. Well, you use the sanders more than any other piece of equipment in the winter.
Yeah,
Right.
And, you know, we can't afford to not have them operate.
exactly. And the one on truck 4, we pulled the whole spreader out because we need to use the truck to haul the brush off from the tree that came down.
Yeah.
Went to adjust it, and it's already adjusted as much as you can to get it tight. And it's still, there's like 3 inches of slack in it, so.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say I'm not terribly surprised, because when we looked at the spreaders last fall, they were
Yeah,
marginal.
just needs some work.
Okay.
Will they make it through March?
Truck 1, I don't think it will. After that one already coming out, you
Yeah.
can see the bars are just worn so thin. And with this screens being broken out, we're trying to keep the chunks out, but it doesn't always happen.
Right. Have we gotten prices on them?
I did, for the one on
This is truck number 4.
truck number 4
Okay.
was $458 plus freight. 'Cause they had to get it from Montreal. The closest dealer was in Barrie, Vermont. That's through Tenco, the spreader company itself.
Yeah.
And then for the one, or no, that's on truck number 1, the 99. For truck 4, that chain is $800. And that's right through Donovan Equipment dealer.
So which one's in the worst? The truck 4 is the one that's,
Truck 1's falling apart. Truck 4 is, you can't adjust it anymore, but it's so loose it can
okay.
bind up, and it's kind of, we can kind of wait it out and see if it'll make it. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Well, let me ask you this.
Can you change it?
Yeah. You can
How long will it tie it up changing it?
We'd have to pull it out of the truck and like set it up on barrels. Yeah, I mean, probably 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, so in one day you can.
Yeah, I could do one
day.
day easy.
Okay.
All right.
So it might be wise to get that one replaced.
I think so too. And with proper maintenance and stuff, how long should these chains last?
I'd like to say 5 years if you grease all your bearings and keep them tight where they're supposed to be and
Right.
keep the chunks and rocks out of it. That's the biggest problem is
Yeah.
forcing all those chunks down and
Yeah.
it's the hard ice stuff.
And then you check the bearings and stuff while the chain's out, make sure everything else is all right.
Yeah, the ones on truck 4, you can tell they haven't been well maintained. But
Yeah.
they still work.
Yeah.
Why don't we do these one at a time? So why don't you replace the one that's the most urgent? You know, buy the computer, get it up and running, and then next meeting, we'll,
All right.
we can get an update, and if you still feel like we've got to do it, let's do it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great.
The only other thing was the cutting edge on truck 1. I mean, if you ride on like you guys' side of town, you can kind of see how it's worn out from the snow.
Yeah.
It's in the same shape as the other cutting edge was a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
We got a price on that for $127.
Is that through the outfit and
Jordan's, yeah.
Okay.
Which truck is that?
Truck number 1, 99.
Yeah.
It's like 3 inches away from the bolts and right in the center of it, same as the other plow was.
No, that's
Like I said earlier, I found a pile of carbide buried under a bunch of lumber. So that's the expensive part we actually have now.
okay.
So it'll just be the faceplate for that.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and order? I can pick it up for you.
I don't have it. It's 11 feet long. So I was like, oh, 11 foot, I don't know if that'll end it. It probably weighs 200 pounds or so.
Maybe you should go.
Yeah.
I have an 11-foot, 200-pound piece of metal.
I don't know.
Can you put that in the back of the truck?
Yeah, I can make that.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I got this week.
Okay.
Like I said, basically we're just trying to keep up with the equipment, keep it going, and take care of the roads as best as we can.
Well, the weather certainly has been funky. It's really put up a challenge for you. Yeah. Any questions for Evan on the roads? Any comments, questions, suggestions?
I got a question. On this new maintainer, is that gonna be, the ad in the paper said a full-time position?
Yeah.
It's gonna be 40 hours
Mm-hmm,
and benefits?
mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll be the first time we got a full-time maintainer, right? And I can,
Yeah, I think it's probably the first, it's the first time in my knowledge that
okay.
we have full-time.
We had one back before 2010.
Oh, yeah?
For
Okay.
a few short spells. And then
Okay.
there were some personal problems that led to their demise. So
Okay, all right.
Do you, on the stuff that was done on the 2012 International, did Paul bring the stuff that was replaced back, or?
Which one?
This was all the, yeah, the EGM man.
Oh, no, all that's in the box right in the shop.
Okay.
Is there anything special you guys want to do that?
Yeah, I just want to go over this to go through it just to make sure.
Yep, it's all still
Yeah.
sitting right in the box right in the corner.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Kevin, I have one question for you.
Yep.
Are you putting sand for the public in that little thing that's down there?
Yep.
Because 2 weeks ago I went there was nothing in there. I was scraping whatever was on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, we try to kind of keep up with it. I put 2 bucketfuls in there today, so it's pretty full. You know, like I said, sometimes it kind of forget about it, but we try to keep it full.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try and keep that going.
Yeah, it's been getting hit hard. It's just
Ice.
yeah.
Ice, yes.
Yeah.
I'd just like to comment that the sand that Evan makes available, at least you can dig it. In the past few years, we've gone and had to an air hammer to get it. So, and but at least the sand is salt in it. You can do something with it, and he has a fair amount of it.
Yeah.
There's shovels even there hanging on the wall. It hasn't been in the past. So.
Yeah, I've used it, certainly. Yeah, Ed?
What's the limit that a resident can take for each storm? Is there a limit, like 2 buckets or?
I don't know of any formal limit. I've never heard of one. I suppose we can, as we get into our winter road maintenance policy,
Someone can talk.
come up with a bucket limit. That question came up on the listserv for highway department employees around the state. Somebody was interested in, and it was a real mix. Quite a few towns had a two bucket limit, 2 5-gallon or 5-gallon bucket limit. But quite a few other towns had no limit.
So you go down with a pickup truck and load your pickup?
Well, it's kind of an honor system. One town mentioned that they were having trouble. The commercial people were coming and doing exactly that,
That's right.
loading up. So they moved their public sand operation inside the gates of the highway department. So you have to go down there and get permission. But I don't think we've ever had that problem.
We had a problem before I had gotten off. We had the sand shed was open,
Yeah.
and a man came up. He's down on Cheever Road, and he had a backhoe and bucket the size of the town of Dorchester. And he came in with the bucket, and boom. But most everybody just get 3 or 4 buckets at the most. So.
Yeah, I haven't noticed anybody abusing it really.
Oh, that was just.
I've never seen any commercial vehicles there. And, I mean, you get the same people every week, but
Right.
some people do have long driveways. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think just with that freezing rain, the ice, it's been getting.
That's a bad issue.
Yeah, I noticed on that listserv thing, the towns that had the bucket limits tended to be suburban type towns down in the Manchester and Nashua area. So in other words, people with shorter driveways.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I think in our situation, it would be tough to put
Especially with, like I said, some people have really long driveways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, for me to put 4 or 5 backhoe buckets in a week isn't that much for people.
Okay. All right, great. Well,
How many yards is that bucket?
I believe it's 1.5 yards.
So you got 6 yards a week, then bad.
No, that's not too bad.
That's only because of the ice.
Yeah, if it wasn't so all this icy and heating up and melting, I don't think we'd be using it as much.
Yeah.
last year we used a lot of sand too, for the same reason.
Yeah.
Because it was just ice all year long. Okay, that's great. Anybody have anything else?
Thank you.
copies back there of the draft winter and inclement weather policy and priorities. And I kind of wanted to have a public discussion about this. First of all, I want to thank Jack Potts for coming up with this draft. He investigated other towns' policies and came up with this draft for Dorchester. It does need some modification and editing for our particular situation here. But I've read it through, and I think overall it's a pretty thorough and good policy. Evan, any comments?
No, I like it. It's pretty, I think it'd be great. The only thing I would say is the salt and sand mix.
Yeah.
It's pretty, how do I say? I'm not very technical in how I mix the salt and sand. This is pretty, I don't know.
Are you saying that you mix the sand and salt without a recipe?
Pretty much. I mean, and honestly, I don't really mix it other than when they push the pile up.
Yeah.
I think Larry said when they did it this year, he did basically a backhoe bucket to every triaxle load that got dropped off. So that's 1.5 yards of salt to every, I think they're 19-yard bodies, something like that. And I mean, as far as running like a hot mix around here, we have so many dirt roads and everything. I don't really do that because it would just make a mess of the dirt roads.
Yeah.
So I just stick to the straight sand. There's enough salt mixed into it where it'll work on the pavement, especially like today where the sun came out, it was 40. You could really see where the sand was melting through the ice.
Okay.
So is this a section you would want stricken from?
I would just cut the rates and the mixtures out of it.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, just because, like I said, I don't have like any calibration or any technical way of mixing it. It's just as they push the sand pile up.
So the sentence here says sand may be mixed with salt at a rate of 10 parts sand to 1 part salt to prevent the freezing of the sand inside the sander bodies. If we just have that sentence say sand may be mixed with salt to prevent the freezing of sand inside the
Yeah,
sander.
and then the last part where it says approximately 2 yards per mile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any way of calibrating any of the trucks to that.
Okay.
That's the only thing. If it's on paper, technically, I guess we'd have to.
Well, we can
tight to
we can
that.
strike that.
Yeah, but other than that, it looks awesome to me. I think it'll be
Okay.
great.
The idea here is that this will be posted on the town website, so anybody can, look at it at any time and know what the policy is and how the highway department is going to respond to winter conditions whenever they apply. So, okay, I look pretty great to me. All right. Yeah, John.
Small item. We
Okay.
don't have too many sidewalks around here.
No, we don't. No.
No, but I was gonna pull that out when I put the draft together because it's an amalgam of
Yeah.
multiple towns. But I was thinking about, in terms of like our buildings, our town buildings, like the town office and things like that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like as with the salt mixture,
Mm-hmm.
when I first gave this to you guys, obviously the grayed out areas are really, this is more of a template that was,
Yeah.
that I kind of custom designed for you guys to look over and change to fit your needs, and then, striking out certain things, changing wording, definitely is all up to you how you want to handle that going forward, so, if you wanted to just pull that out.
I think we don't have to mention the sidewalks. Also, there are a couple of blanks here that I think we should leave blank for the time being, and then after this winter, Evan, we can fill in like, approximately how much sand you use in the winter and,
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
so. There was another interesting thing on the listserv for highway people that just came up the other day. People wanted to know how much of their sand and gravel budget they'd used already, and just about every town that responded, which was probably 20, has used 65 to 70% of their sand and gravel budget already.
I know Wentworth almost ran out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They had to truck more in. If you go on the highway, you'll see a lot of towns are hurting on their sand.
Yeah.
Plymouth almost ran out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just one of those winters.
Yep.
We're doing good though. We got at least half the pile left, so that's good.
Okay.
Probably 3,000 yards.
Who knows what winters are anymore?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to predict, but I think we should be in good shape for the rest of
Okay.
the year.
All right. Sounds good to me. Any other comments about this policy? Okay. We'll strike the sidewalks and the yada yada yada, and we're good. Anna, I can prepare this in a document that we can get up on the website. I noticed that the town website doesn't have a separate section for highway, and it would be great.
Yeah, that was something I imagined also.
Yeah, it would be great. We could create a page for highway. We could have Evan's, bi-weekly reports posted there. This policy, when we develop a priority list of projects, we can post that there, just so people had information. All right.
So should we make a motion to accept this as a policy
Yes.
with the corrections?
Yes. I'll move that we accept, with the corrections, that we accept this draft as a final winter and inclement weather policy for Dorchester. Is there a second?
Second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Terrific. Okay. Excellent. I'm glad we did that. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Backing up a little bit on the agenda then. Manifest. So I noticed that there was one, the Reed truck expenses. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? That's quite an expense here.
Actually, this one here is all right. This is the one that I want to go through this. I want to go through this document because this is the big one.
Okay.
Well, the $10,000.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first time I've seen this, so
Okay. Do you want to not pay that one this time around?
no, not pay this one so I can investigate more before we pay it.
Okay.
So that will be held.
Okay. All right. This is a repair bill from Reed Truck Services for $10,707.65. And I know it had to do with replacing the manifold and quite a number of parts on, truck 4, was it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Truck was the newest truck there.
Any other questions on the manifest? I make a motion that we accept the manifest of January 26th, 2017. Is there a second?
Do a second.
With the, holding the payment to Reed Truck Services for $10,707.60.
I second it.
Okay, all right. Any discussion?
Nope.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We had a great budget meeting on last Saturday and went through the budget. I still am updating a couple of the numbers, and we'll have a final budget to propose at the next select board meeting. But we were able to, we had a great assistance from Beth White, our accountant, and also from Mark Stetson from Avatar, who was here to answer questions. And we had a lot of input, and I thought it was a really good meeting. So, and we will have essentially a flat budget. So the same budget in 2017 pretty much as we had in 2016. Let's see. Where'd the checks go? Right, that's right. Okay. Margaret, are you authorized to sign checks?
No.
Okay. All right. So.
There's nothing that needs to be signed.
Already signed.
Or you already signed the Evans check? Okay, all right, okay, great.
To add to the budget
Mm-hmm,
on emergency management,
mm-hmm.
subtract $1,301.
Right.
It was actually $947.87.
And so it's just one payment?
Right.
Okay.
Wasn't the first one the estimate and
The estimate,
and accident came
yeah.
after it was done?
Check was canceled.
Okay.
Took a few days to find out, but we did.
All right, old business. Mike, the time clock, you want to bring that up?
Yeah, are we still thinking about getting time clocks for highway and office?
Well, we're thinking about it. Do you want to push that forward?
I would like to. It's a better way to keep records, just in case we get audited by our favorite people. We can check for rebuilt, we can check for brand new.
Okay, right, I know, a time clock isn't in and of itself expensive.
No.
And you're right, it does create a paper record.
So you have to have more than one.
Right, we'd have to
We
have.
can have one at highway and one at the office.
Right. Evan, Anna, the folks who would actually use this, any feelings about it, one way or the other?
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
My only question is, I've never used one before. I don't know how, like, say I go home at 3:30 and you have to come back out at like 10 o'clock that same night.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd be able to.
It's
Punch
like,
back
it's
in.
like, yeah, no, you can punch back in.
Okay.
It's like punching out for a lunch hour or something.
Gotcha.
There's normally like four slots there, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
And each one's a
Saturday.
couple. Alright. Like I said, I've used electronic ones before, but never.
Well, I can check on those too, so.
I mean, whatever's cheaper, it doesn't
Well,
matter
yeah.
either way. But I think it's a good idea. It keeps everybody honest.
Yeah, because anyone can write anytime and.
Okay. Well, Mike, do you want to investigate what a time clock, a couple of time clocks would cost?
Sure, I'm gonna suggest it, I'd be more glad to do it.
Okay, all right. Why don't you take a look at that
And
and,
I was ready for the next meeting.
okay, let's see what it might be. Also, security system for highway. This would be something along the lines of the ADT system that we have at the town office.
Somewhat, yes.
Okay.
I would have to get with Evan to say exactly if he wanted outside done
Okay.
versus inside.
I think it's, in general, I think it's a pretty good idea. We've got a lot of expensive equipment down there. There's a lot of tools.
Yep.
And I mean, let's be honest about it. It wouldn't be difficult to break into the building if somebody really wanted to.
I just recently
Especially
found
with that
that-
back bay being open, it'd be pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
You could take whatever you want out of the trucks right now if they're
Yeah.
parked out there. but-
And I just recently found out that the locksmith guy that we use, he puts in security systems.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Any thoughts there about a security system for a highway?
I would put both inside and out.
Yeah, I think so.
Inside and out?
Yeah.
So something that you would like to deal with since you're in charge of highway, or would you like me to since I was dealing with the office?
Wait, since you already dealt with the office, why don't you go ahead and do it?
Okay.
Since you're a security consultant.
You said John installs them too.
Yeah, that's what he told Anna, so
Good,
at a cheaper rate.
right.
And see, if I would have known that before, I would have got a quote from him before we settled with ADT.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to Evan then
Well-
and see what kind of system would work best?
What I'll do is get something set up that'll work with Evan's schedule,
Okay.
and have the guy come out and talk about it.
Okay, all right, that's
that okay with you?
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Because you definitely have to be involved in this.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You guys want me to check on a keypad? Are they same thing at the office, or?
Well, let's see what the guy recommends.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we could do.
Maybe just
Or
set a
just the
key
cameras
cameras, did
and-
that, just have a continuous one that loops.
That loops.
Then if there's ever a problem, you can just go back to it and go back to it and take it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right. Okay. Great. So we'll look
There's
forward
only
to.
only certain people have the key to it anyways.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
yeah,
Okay.
there'll probably be one that's triggered by motion, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah.
So we may have a lot of animal pictures too, so.
Hey, you know, I saw a long-tailed weasel across the road, right in front of the highway.
Really?
Yeah, about a week ago.
About a week ago, week and a half ago, I seen one. It's white.
Yeah, it's white.
With a black nose.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, the school tax issue is the issue that seems to never go away. It's been in the news lately, including in the Valley News today, and somehow, in the midst of all this, when I read the news articles, it seems like Dorchester's getting painted to be kind of a bad guy, that, you know, we're open for bribes, anybody who wants to give us one, I want to be clear on one thing about the offer from Canaan, and this is not an endorsement or anything about the offer from Canaan. I have checked with the town attorney twice, both in a verbal conversation, and then I gave her the actual document that came forward to us. According to our town attorney, it does not constitute a bribe. So Enfield can say whatever they want to say about it, but legally it is not a bribe. Canaan's attorney also looked at this, and they said it was not a bribe. So I'm just saying that for the record. Up to this point, the Dorchester Select Board has not made a recommendation one way or the other about supporting the Article 9 proposal from Canaan or not supporting it. There certainly has been a lot of discussion about it. We had the January 5th meeting here in town. There's a meeting coming up on Monday night in Enfield, again, about this. I was sorry to see that in the middle of all this, the superintendent the school district is resigning. So it's really become such a huge thing. Any public discussion about this, John?
Yeah, I got something to give you guys anyway.
Okay.
And I'll mention it to the public here also.
All right.
Okay. We look at the cost per student, and I look at this formula issue as something, it could be very divisive. But anyway, presently, with our current formula, I've worked all these figures out, and with the school district cost, less state aid, we're all paying about the same, at $20,000, $667. And Dorchester's the lowest at $20,666. So that's not too bad. Everyone's all in the $20,667, $66 range. So I have that for you.
So that's per kid.
That's the gross budget. What throws the whole thing out of kilter is when you bring in your state funding. And then Dorchester's looking like it's getting a heck of a deal because our student costs go down to like $10,254 with state funding. So, and the other towns are Canaan 14,000 plus, Grafton 14,000 plus, Orange 13,000 plus, and Enfield paying the most with 16,000 plus. Okay. And then you have the cooperative apportionment, which is published in the school district website, which has all these figures. And I'd like to make sure you guys have this. I updated those, because the last time I sent this to you, it did not have, I left out the fractional amount and did round it. So that threw it out of kilter. This is exact, you essentially divide your total students into your total budget, or your net budget, and then you get your figure.
Okay.
And then try to work it out per town. And we kind of did the same type of thing when we did the chaired the reapportionment back in 1985. And at that time, the towns were tearing each other apart. And I'm afraid this time it looks like we're going to be in the same thing. It's like we're the Civil War all over. It's unfortunate. Go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry. Bring it back a little bit.
Pat?
I'm very uncomfortable with Mike Sampson's offer. It may not be a bribe according to those lawyers, but it smells like one. And I would certainly hope that our select board would not in any way, say that you're in favor of what that offer is. And plus, how on earth is that going to be followed through? If they say forever is a very long time.
Well,
just seems-
it's actually, let me mention a couple things here. First of all, it's not forever, it's for 5 years.
Okay.
The other thing that the town attorney stated emphatically is that the select board does need to make the details of the offer available to Dorchester residents so they can see exactly what it is and know what they're,
Well, transparency.
Right. So now that I have, just a couple days ago, I got the final signed offer from the Dorchester, the Canaan Select Board, and we'll make it available. I'll put it on the website and we'll get it on the Facebook page, and so everybody can see all the details. So you're uncomfortable with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it does sound like a bribe. You get your taxpayers to get out there and vote and pass whatever they send you money. That's money in exchange for action.
Any other? Yes, Maria.
I'd like to second what Pat said. I think even though some things can pass legal muster, it doesn't make them ethical or the right thing to do. And Pat said it just has a bad look about it. And I think it is, as John made, very divisive.
Yeah.
One town is offering a carrot to another town to get in its corner. And really, the 5 select boards need to come together, I think, and go to the state and pressure them for a solution. As Mike Sampson at the last meeting, in answer to a question, said that a lot of the cooperative school districts are having the same problem.
Right.
So there are lots of select boards out there that could come together to create a body of pressure for the legislature. And I also think it's just very disrespectful to the democratic process. I mean, people are supposed to vote on Article 9 based on the merits of the issue raised in the article. They're not supposed to be voting on some extraneous benefit they're going to get if they vote in a certain way. And if the board should choose to go that way, then you should open it up to Enfield. Maybe they'll say, hey, we'll give you $40,000 up front. So it just...
I hadn't thought of that, just the highest bribe.
I think Pat is right on Monday. Just, it may pass legal muster, but I don't know if it passes the ethical muster.
Well, I completely agree with you that this bribe issue, this offer of fire service for 5 years from Canaan to Dorchester, has completely obliterated what's the real discussion needs to be, which is about Article 9. Should the formulation for the school tax be changed or not? And
I mean, we need a solution for every town because
Right.
Canaan's taking the bullet this year, but there's nothing to say that Dorchester or some other town isn't going to take the bullet in the next year. So there's got to be a long-term solution to this that the towns feel they're marching together toward. Is my opinion.
yeah, John?
The thing we cannot deny in all this is when it gets down to the gross budget, we're all paying about the same thing. The whole, the boogeyman here is when the state funding comes in, it throws a whole thing askew. And that's fact. And and I can understand Enfield. Right now, it's if we get them fired up, oh my God. And then who's to say in 5 years or 3 years, Grafton and Canaan will gang up on Dorchester. And Larry, he and I talked today, brought up a point. And say if Enfield starts to litigate, do they? I don't want to get dragged into this.
No.
I don't think any of us do. It's a lot. There's the devil's in the details of the change of the formula. And we used to have committees that were brought forth that studied this. And I tell you, we have to knock down, drag out times dealing with this stuff. And it gotten really downright nasty. And we've got it down to the ADM. Everybody could understand it because we're all paying the same. If one town looks at the other and says, hey, you're getting a deal, it doesn't look like it. Now, if the deal is because of the state funding, I don't think we can argue too much there because that's not in our hands.
Let me, one point I wanted to make is, I've seen a statement from Bob Kuzik, who's the Enfield member of the school board, and then I've also seen the statement from the Enfield Select Board, and in both those statements, the comment is made that select board should not be a part of this discussion. And my own feeling about it is that, you know, pro or con, I think that select boards very much should be part of the discussion. The school tax is 45% of our overall tax rate. And when the school tax jumps up, it puts the onus on the select board to come up with a town budget that's not also going to, you know, even, you know, more jack up the rate. So I do think that we have a place in this discussion. So I have a disagreement with the Enfield Select Board and board member Kuzak on that point. That's not to say that I agree with the reformulation or don't agree with the reformulation, just on that point. Let me ask the residents this. Do you think that it's important that the Dorchester Select Board make a recommendation one way or the other on Article 9? Margaret, you're...
Yeah, one thing is, it's nice to make a recommendation on things you don't have to.
Right, we don't
You can
have
opt out to. And on something as controversial as this, I leave it be.
Okay.
And let everyone decide for themselves. That way nobody's swayed by, you know, following what you guys think, or don't think, or wanting to go against you or with you.
Margaret, I agree with you.
Yeah. Just
Well, I appreciate the compliment that you think that we would have some sway on people's votes.
There's always going to be either people following you or not following you.
Right.
So, and if someone's stuck on it, and the board's with it, then the resident or whoever's voting might decide that, well, I'll go with what they recommend.
Anybody else have it? Darlene?
The problem is if you put this, what Canaan has offered us, people are not, the general public is not going to understand. They're going to think it sounds awesome for our town, but they're not taking in the whole picture and past history. There's a lot to this.
Right.
So it's scary to me that people are just going to do a knee-jerk reaction and not think it through and what it actually all means.
Right.
So I don't know what can be done, if there could be history put behind it, or what happened in '85, I don't know. People need to be educated, and unfortunately, most people do not take the time to educate them. Even our own legislatures don't.
You're right.
Somebody told them to vote some way, so they vote some way. So that's the part that scares me. I don't know, saying that, I don't know whether it'd be good for you to make a call or not make a call. As Margaret said, it could sway people one way or the other. I don't know, this is a mosh, it really is.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-win situation no matter what you do. As I've been thinking about this, gosh, since the beginning of December, that first meeting that was down in Canaan, I keep coming back to the basic point of this, which is what's in the best interest of the kids? What's going to give those kids the best education? Because that's really what we all want, isn't it? We want our kids to be well educated. And how are we going to achieve that? And does this proposal, does this school budget, does, you know, all of these factors, are they providing our kids with the education that we think our dollar is buying? Yes, Maria.
Well, I think one thing the select board could do is advise residents to turn to the school board members. Unfortunately, I think early on, it started off vilifying the school board, who are just residents who stepped forward to serve their communities. I think that's been the impetus for some of the emails on the listservs flying back and forth. But you know, those people have put in a lot of time. They have a lot of expertise, and they're a body that people can turn to to answer their questions. But I think the select board should focus people on the issue of Article 9 without, I don't think the board should have any input on that, you know, other than to urge people to, as Darlene said, educate themselves on the issue and vote on that issue, not on whether they're going to get a big carrot out of it.
I think what the board could do is take a very neutral approach instead of taking one side or the other, and then just present some information in a very factual form and let people make up their own minds, without just taking a position and then get Canaan ticked off at you, and next thing you know, they want to pull, oh, we're going to pull your fire coverage.
Well, somebody's going to be mad at us no matter
right, exactly.
what we do.
I think if you provide the information, let people make up their mind. I think if they see that we're all paying about the same thing, I think they'll put two and two together.
It's such a shame that Mike Sampson disparaged Enfield so at the beginning of all this and created such a great deal of anger amongst all of us, it turns out. And you know, this is a lesson for all of us for the future. If you have a point, make it, but don't disparage the people that are also involved in it. Because Enfield was totally innocent in all of this. It's not their fault that they were paying less than Mike would have liked.
Right.
And it's just, and have them expect them to pay $600,000 or whatever it was extra seems so punitive. He just, I think it's a lesson learned for all of us who might want to speak publicly to a group. Watch what you say and how you say it. And I'm not directing that at you guys at all,
No.
because you're certainly not in that category.
I thought it was unfortunate that there were no representatives from Enfield at that first meeting down in Canaan. Because you're right, it became very easy then to point the finger at Enfield and say that they were the bad guys because they were getting such a great deal. At the same time, I have real sympathy for Canaan's financial situation. And I'm telling you, that could very easily be Dorchester, 3 years from now.
And it has been.
Yeah, Maria?
But that's what I think, the state has to be pressured to make a solution. I offered the solution of other taxes, but there's, Bagita had his own list of alternative solutions, but I think they have to be pressured that they've got to come up with something different than what's happening now. It's not, to vilify the schools or the superintendent is completely off the mark. To lay this at the feet of teachers is ridiculous. It's a dispersal of funds issue, and federal funds are diminishing, the state funds are shrinking, and as I said in my email to the reps, it's interesting. We always have money for war, but we don't have money to pay our kids.
When I was a kid, I grew up in the public school system in California, which was one of the finest public school systems and education systems in the world. And I went to a public grammar school, and a public junior high school, and a public high school, and a public community college, and a public university. And I got a terrific education. I wish we could say that New Hampshire had one of the finest public education systems in the world, but we can't. And I am interested in any ideas that would get us there, so we can say that in our lifetime at some point. And I don't know what the solution is, but that's what I think, that's the prize. That's what our eyes should be on, is having a public education system that's the envy of all the states around us.
One of the Manacoma has educated both our kids. Our kids did very well, and NASCOMA provided them some strong skills. They both serve in highly professional positions today, and they both have master's degrees. And so they did well at NASCOMA because NASCOMA provided it for them. And so the access is there. It's just what they have to do with it. And so much of that comes from the families too. So, and not that we're want to put our own cap on it, but at the same time that the school district can do what it has to do to give the kids the tools when they go out into the working world. So. But I agree with you, Steve, that there is you have to provide you want to provide the best and not sit there and bicker over a couple of dollars. And so much comes down to, the state of New Hampshire says, oh, we're going to provide you money, and then they keep cutting it back.
Yeah.
And they've done this with university systems, and now I think UNH is one of the highest
Highest in-state tuitions in the country.
Cost
Yeah.
public universities in the country.
Yeah.
And then it's driving the students out because they have so much college debt. It's absolutely astronomical. And kids that are coming out of school, $80,000, $100,000 in the hole. And then they want to get married and have a family. Oh, nope.
Yeah.
Postponed. To buy a house, postponed. All kinds of things. It's a shame.
Larry, any thoughts?
Not the moment.
Okay. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
Just one point of
Sure.
clarification on Article 9.
You're right.
It's non-binding.
So,
If that passes, it's non-binding, because the school district was created April 21st of 1962. And John, you should know this, before that implemented into 1963 when the RSA went into effect. So, the school board is the only ones that can go in and study for the reformulation of what we're looking at.
really, that's,
I got the RSA's, if you'd like to
Okay,
see,
sure.
I've got the letter from the attorney, I'd be more than happy to share it with you.
no, I'm not doubting it. So
And
if
the-
Article 9 passes,
It's non-binding.
so then it would be,
It would just say to us, the school board, who is now, as of Tuesday, we are organizing our study committee, so we
Right.
haven't decided what the makeup of that is going to be. Probably similar to what the renovation building committee was,
right,
with board members and residents to represent each of the towns.
okay.
I mean, Canaan came to our board meeting in September. Never once spoke of anything of this nature that they were looking at. And that, at that time, those were the invitations that we sent to the select boards to be able to come and say, what's the issues? What's going on? What's capital improvement plans? You know, we don't have any bonds, do you? You know, kind of thing.
Right.
None of this came to light until a little further down the road. So it's unfortunate where we could have had that conversation and all of this could have been eliminated. None of this would have been even on the warrant. So I just wanted the board to know that, you know, we have started with the study committee process. We will have that makeup as time goes on. February 4th, which is a week from Saturday, is a deliberative session to where all those warrants will be discussed and voted on. I urge anyone that would like to come to speak to them or any opinions at all, please come. It's a very important day. And as far as the resignation of Patrick, there again, if the people that signed that petition had just asked, you know, the plan for Patrick was within the next 18 months to 2 years, he was going to be leaving Mascoma. That was his plan. But nobody came and asked. Everyone just threw the man under the bus. You know, it's unfortunate, it's very unfortunate, because the black cloud that they put over the district at this point is, you know, it just shouldn't be there. We've come a long way, and it just shouldn't have been there. So, I'd be more than happy to answer anybody those questions. I do have those handouts here. If you want a copy, I'd be more than happy to share them with you. Mike, did you get all the answers that you needed on Tuesday?
I canceled the appointment and moved it to next week due to the weather me working.
Well, like I said, the office there if you ever need it.
Any other,
Thank you.
any other comments about the school tax issue and Dorchester's involvement? Yes.
Right, my question is, if that 80-20 does go through, what is that gonna do to our, I don't care about Canaan or
Right.
anything other than, what is it gonna do to our cost here? What is it gonna cost us as taxpayers? What is it gonna cost us? That's what I wanna know. Somebody tell me, this is what it's gonna cost you, each individual taxpayer, how much more are we gonna have to pay? I mean,
Well,
that's what I
About
don't,
11 cents a thousand.
yeah,
About 11 cents a thousand.
more.
If you go to
$11 more a
80.
thousand?
No, 11 cents.
Yeah.
11 cents, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Virginia, I think that question can be answered, it actually needs two answers. And it's a good question. John's right. The immediate impact is that our tax rate would increase by 10 to 11 cents per thousand. So from, what is it, 21.96, now it would go to 22.07, I think. So on the face of it, you could say minimal. But the second answer is, what could this do to Dorchester?